Recording?
You good?
Yeah. Welcome to Do This to Get to That, another podcast on life. Do this to get to that. In order to get to that, you got to do this. This got to be good if that is going to be better. So, when you do this and it's good, you get to that, is better, you're on your way to great things. Do this to get to that. Today, I want to speak to you about life and all of its potentials. The Creator endowed us with the greatest gift that any living being can be gifted with. Right now, we are living in some very, very trying times, and things are happening around us that is, to me, unacceptable. Quite a few things that keeps me on edge. Trying to understand the motive behind certain individuals in this life, the things they do. You understand that goes against what I know is the intention of our Creator. I'm not much of a believer. I'm a knower. If I don't know, I don't want to even speak of it in a belief manner. Because I know for a fact that beliefs are the greatest cause of wars and the death of millions and millions and millions of people around the world ever since the beginning of time. It was all based on belief. A person believed you did something that you didn't do, and they crucify you for doing it because of their belief. That's what I'm talking about today. People who believe, or people who take the gift that is endowed individuals and use it in a manner upon which it wasn't intended. Doing this to get to that is what it's all about. This being good, that being better. When you're doing better, you got a great start for doing great things. The Creator has endowed us with the gift of life, the greatest gift that anyone could be given, life. Life is. Life is. Now, you take two people that loves each other, and they're hugging, and they're kissing, and they're caressing each other. That is called energy exchange. Oneness in the making. When you reach that oneness, you are ready for cohabitation, the coming together of the physical bodies in a romantic state of mind spirit, and everything that you are within yourself. And let us say that doing this cohabitation, this encounter, the big thing happened. The one thing that the Creator put us here to do, that is to multiply, to create more lives, more humans, children, something to adore. If you're an adult person, you want something to adore. And when that life is created, it is from the cohabitation between the man and the woman. And by the way, it can only come about between a man and a woman. That is the one strict rule of the game that the Creator placed within our reach. To love each other, to cohabitate with each other, and to bear children. Now, many women and some men, because I can't blame one without the other, the moment you mention pregnancy, some people get afraid, frustrated, and begin to think about what it's going to take over the next 18 to 20 years to protect, feed, nurture this child into man and womanhood. The women seem to think that because they bear the child comes through them, that they have a special hold on whether to keep it or destroy it. No, 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 no. First of all, during the cohabitation, when that sperm is released into the body, into the womb of that woman, millions of them, they are all trying to reach that egg. Can you imagine? 10 million of those little sperms. I call them boogerillas because I can just picture them like little boogerillas, trying to fight over each other to get to that egg, you understand, to attach itself. Because this is life in the making. This is how the Creator set it up. So you move, and you move, and you move, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 9 that I know of. There have been as many as 9 babies come from one inhabitation between a man and a woman. So let us say that only one makes it and clings to the egg. That is called inception. The moment of that inception, life begins. That is a human being. The moment that little boogerilla hit that egg, that is the moment of inception, and now life, a new life, is beyond the horizon. It is there in the womb, of the mother. Now it's up to the mother to nurture that fetus until that fetus gives birth, or until that fetus is born in 9 months. Now, a lot of women talk about owning their body, and they have a right to do what they want with their body, because after the ecstasy of the lovemaking process, which the Creator gave, which is the greatest feeling that one can experience, that is the greatest of all the feelings. Like life is the greatest of all things that could be given you. The greatest thing in life is the creation of a new life. But when that creation is over and she began to have negative feelings like overeating and vomiting and all of those things that women go through when they're pregnant, some of them decide they don't want the baby. They want to kill it. They want to abort it. This is my body. I can do what I want with it. And they don't care about the husband or the man involved. You understand? In other words, after he unleashed the boogerillas in her, he has no other use. It's almost like that spider. You know what I'm saying? That black widow. You understand? When he get through making love, he killed the other. You know what I'm saying? So these women that like to abort babies are like that black widow spider. After the male impregnate her, she kills the male. But she don't kill the male in this instant. She kills the child that the male gave her. Now, what a woman needs to understand is that for 9 months, the Creator leased her body for 9 months, because the Creator does not abandon that new fetus now. The Creator is right there watching over everything that's going down, watching how the woman treat it, how she nurture it, you understand, and feeds her ideas on how to do it all the time. When she goes wrong, I know there's something that pops up in their mind that says, this is wrong. But their overpowering desire to prove that their body is their body and they can do what they want with this body, you understand, makes it an evil, evil thing to do, to abort the most precious thing that the Creator can give you, life. You know what I say about women that are like that? If you do not want to have a child, go out and buy yourself a set of dildos. A set of good dildos would do for you. Then whenever you want to experience the ecstasy of sex, you do it artificially. You understand? Because if you go with a healthy male, this is going to happen. You understand? Birth control pills, all of these things that the science has created, you understand, to give women this super ego to think that she can kill or she can abort or she can stop herself from creating the life. And that's what you're put here to do, man and woman, to create more, to inhabit, to have as many children as you want or as you could have within a certain time based on your age and veracity. So for 9 months, a woman must be made to understand for 9 months she does not own her body. That body is the house of the Creator who endowed that house to that new fetus for 9 months. That is the home of the fetus, and no one has a right to abort it. Anyone that aborts it should suffer the most gravest punishment, death if necessary. You are a murderer. You're killing the greatest thing that the Creator has endowed us with, which is life. Life. 9 months. After 9 months, if you still don't want the baby, there's always somebody out there who will adopt it and nurture it and give it the life that a mother should give a baby until they reach that age where they can deal with life themselves. Again, the greatest thing that we are endowed with is life. The Creator created us, the creation, and the creation becomes the creator of this life. From the Creator to the creation to the life. A man and a woman cohabitating. The man produced the sperm. The woman produced the egg. And on that very moment of inception, when the male ejaculates that sperm into that egg, that is life. That is what all women need to understand who is thinking about aborting any life that the Creator blessed them to receive. There's so many thousands of babies that are lost in this world of ours by the thousands. It would amaze you, you know. I mean, there are exceptions of the rule, because one thing the Creator created, there is nothing perfect. The Creator created perfect imperfection. Perfect imperfection is created so that you can always strive for perfection. But perfection is always out of your reach, because the moment perfection is removed completely, you have nothing to strive for. So imperfection to perfection, or striving for perfection, the imperfection for perfection, just when you get there, the perfection move another step up. You never reach perfection. So there are things like disease, certain illnesses that come about because of the lifestyle of the individual that's having the baby, or the couple that's having the baby. Their lifestyle could be objectable. And they are just not healthy enough to produce a healthy fetus. So some fetus are imperfect to the point of not being right. Something went wrong somewhere along the way. Nobody ever knows what went wrong, but something went wrong. During that 9 months period, the male side of it might decide he wants to cohabitate with the woman, and it's not a good thing. During that 9-month period, there should be no cohabitation. You understand? A man should just lay off, because you could be doing something damaging to that newborn baby that's lying there in the womb. You can't take the chance of damaging that beautiful life just waiting to come into this world to experience all of the things that the mother and father is experiencing, or that other people are experiencing. So, perfect imperfection is what we are dealing with here. And that is not to say that abortions should not be done, but only in the case of a situation where the child is damaged so bad, it might be a stillborn, like some babies are born still. And if, with the modern techniques they have today, they have these pictures that they can take of the fetus inside the woman, and they can tell whether he's alive, whether his heart is beating, what stage he's in at a certain level, because some kids come out at 5 months and survive. They weigh as little as half a pound and survive and grow. They got incubators. You understand? So these are the things that people must understand, that you only abort a baby when he is beyond saving. Or if a woman is raped by some foolish, sick individual. You understand? Because life is life and death is death. One cannot exist without the other. Today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. The next day you're here again. When? We don't know when. But we know that there's going to come a time when we're going to just disappear just like we appeared. I mean, look at it like this. You're 40 years old now. Where were you 41 years ago? You did not exist 41 years ago if you were only 40 years old. You understand? But then all of a sudden, here you are, 40 years old. You grew out of nothing. Nothing is where you return to when you penetrate the great tail, when you go to sleep. And the beauty of the Creator is that you won't even know it when you go, like you don't know when you came. You grow into life, and the moment you begin life, you are headed towards nothing. And between life and nothing is your world. All of the things that you're going to achieve in this life has to happen between that beginning from nothing to nothing. From nothing to something to nothing. Life is called death. For that, I don't like the word death. I think nothing is a beautiful word, because if you have ever been to a doctor and have been put under anesthetics for an operation, I remember I had a knee operation once. I had to go in for a knee operation. And they brought in the anesthesiologist, and he shot me up with this anesthesia. And the next thing you know, I was waking up saying, "When are you guys going to operate on my leg?" The doctor says, "We're finished." I had no idea how long the operation took. You understand? All I know is that there was nothing. And that is a temporary death, when you return to nothing. You don't feel nothing. You know, when the Christ said, "No hunger, no pain, no sorrow," that's what he meant. You return to nothing. And for me, nothing is the Creator's mixing bowl. That's when you undergo that reincarnation, because life is forever. And no matter what you do in life, no matter how horrible you may, or no matter what the horror that you may experience in life, if because of that horror you die, you don't even know when you die. Everyone that is dead, some people knew they were going to die because they get these diseases like cancer and stuff like that, and the doctor comes in and say, "Hey, you got 1 year, or you got 6 months, or whatever." Never fear. If a doctor said that, never fear that. Because any catastrophic disease that you may get, you understand, your salvation is to go to the great sleep. You understand? Because once you go to the great sleep, there is no pain, there's no suffering. You understand? Some people look forward to dying when they get a catastrophic illness, because death is a beautiful thing. You know why it's beautiful? Because you don't even know. You don't know whether it's beautiful or you don't. It's nothing. That's the word. You return to nothing. And for every human being, germ, dog, animal on this planet, you understand, they all experience the same thing. They return to nothing. And when they go from nothing, they go to something. Life grows out of nothing and returns to nothing. It's a constant circle of life and death, life and death. And I guarantee you this, it's more difficult to live than it is to die. It's easy for some people. You know, a lot of people get upset when people commit suicide. And I know about suicide. Suicide comes from a deep depression of not wanting to live. And some people have the strength to commit suicide. The Creator doesn't hold that against them. The Creator is forever forgiving. You understand? And there's no such thing as going to hell. Hell is in life. You can only experience hell in life. In death, you don't get none of that. It is the mixing bowl. It is your creative state. It's your moment where you are given a fresh start, a new body. You're fed maybe the same spirit that you were bought. You get that same spirit back. And I say maybe because I really don't know. But I know for a fact that life is forever. We have all lived before. We just don't have the knowledge of that life. Everyone on this planet has been here before. You understand? Had experienced some kind of life in this life. And every time that you die and out of nothing you come back, you are different. Maybe more beautiful, maybe smarter, maybe much more awareness of gaining all of your inspiration from the scene of the unseen scene, the dwelling place of the Creator, for which we know not. No one can tell me that they know who the Creator is, or they can call the Creator by name. Everybody use the term God. But God was created by man. You know, it says man is created in the image of God. Man created this God in his own image so that he would have something to worship other than the Creator that he know not, which in my estimation is blasphemy. It's a disrespect to the Creator. You know, like idol worshipers. You know what I'm saying? The cross. You know what I'm saying? That's like wearing an electric chair around your neck. You know, a person was crucified in the electric chair, and you worship that person so much that you wear the electric chair around your neck. I would rather wear just the plain image of great minds like Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? I would do a wooden statue of his image in my mind. Everyone has an image of the Christ. The Christ was not God. The Christ was not the Creator. They said the Christ is the Son of the Creator. Well, so is every male that the Creator created. We're all sons of the Creator. Jesus is simply our brother, whom I love and whom I know many of you out there love. But we must understand that you cannot get on your knees and pray to the Creator to give you something, because He's already given you everything you need. Everything that you need in life is right here in front of you. All you have to do is reach out and find it. You heard the term, seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask and it shall all be given to the one who believes in the unseen power of the Creator of all things. That is what it's about. Get up off your knees. You don't have to pray. You don't even have to go to church. They call the churches the house of God. Those are the houses of men. Men built those houses to use people to collect money so that they can fly their airplanes and drive their Cadillacs and put on their $300, $500, $600, $2,000 suits. You understand? And every Sunday, the poor people, especially the poor ones, they fill these churches and they fill those baskets with thousands and thousands of dollars for that preacher who is preaching the gospel, you understand, of all of those different prophets that put together these different stories about the Creator, a lot of which is not accurate. You understand? But from my perspective, and I don't profess to be a preacher, I'm just an ordinary human being. You understand? Things come into my mind, and when it comes into my mind, and I think it's worthy of something that other people need to hear and understand, I put it out there. I don't consider myself a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, because everything that comes from me comes from my spirit, and spirit is the life. The life that gives you the knowledge and the know-how to communicate and to do good. That's what is intended for all of us, to do good. Oh, you have a lot of ugly people, because, believe it or not, ugly people just get as much good out of doing bad as good people get out of doing good. Some people love being bad. Some people love to hurt other people. You got some sick people walking this planet. Sick, sick, sick. Using guns, knives, baseball bats, all of these weird instruments that can destroy life. These are the things that we're up against. You understand? And belief will not help you. Belief is uncertainty. One does not want to live his life in uncertainty. One must know. Them that have, to them all is given. Them that have not, to them all is taken away. Simply means that if you have the knowledge and the know-how to seek out the better things in life, to you all is given. But if you are the kind of person that want to argue all the time, be arrogant, act crazy and dumb, and don't know nothing, everything from you is taken away. And there's a lot of people that had everything taken away from them, and they chose the wrong path. And that path led to their destruction or the destruction of others through them. Because bitterness in someone who wants to kill you because they lack the ability to achieve what they want in life. Everything that you're going to be in life is endowed to you equally. The equal part is that you're all endowed with everything you need to achieve. The unequal part is the amount of the endowment that you use to achieve what you want. Like the baby in the womb of a woman, for 9 months, she is endowed to nurture that baby until birth. And 9 months of birth, 36 months of reality, when that baby began to see, hear, and experience a world of sound, pictures, colors. Ladies, take care of your babies. Please, for the sake of people, the onlookers, don't be an example to kill a baby. That's the wrong example. Don't kill anything. I hate to swat a fly because I know that fly lives, although he's a pest. Take care of your child. Nurture them. Turn them into a great human being. There's too many kids out there today that have been robbed of the proper nurturing, and they grow up to be hoodlums, thieves, dope addicts, all of the bad things that was not intended by the Creator. But the fact is, you cannot rely on the Creator for anything after you have been given your endowment. And that endowment is endowed in you at the moment of inception. Everything that you're going to be on this planet is already planted in you. And you can get on your knees and pray. You can beat your head against walls. You're not going to get a nod from the Creator, because the Creator is not about handing you down anything like these preachers are telling you. Pray to God and you'll get it. You get nothing from the Creator. You understand? You pray to God, you're praying to man. You understand? They say, all glory to God. Yes, glory to God, because it is man who needs that glory. The Creator doesn't need glory. The Creator is glory. Your protection is like a great wing. They call it the wing of grace. When you're under grace, you're born under grace. You remain under grace. You don't have to ask for that protection. You understand? You just have to know that it's there. Recognize it through knowing. If you love the Creator, You don't have to pray and say, Lord, I love you, or Creator, I love you. Love yourself. Love yourself. Because you are connected to the Creator, although the Creator ain't going to do nothing else for you. He's already done it all. When you come into this world, you come into this world rich. If you become poor, it's because of how you think and how you use the facilities that the Creator endowed you with to have what you want. You can't come believing that you can fall down on your knees and pray and get it. And when you're praying to what you call God, you are praying to man. Because man created God. The creation created God. The Creator created the creation. And the Creator gave you that right. He gave you that right to create anything you want to create. You can worship all the idols you want. You can worship a dog. Hey man, if you worship a dog, you're worshiping life. You know? But if you worship a piece of stone, there's no life in that. Idols, idol worshippers, is useless. You get nothing from it. Like I said, if you love the Creator, just love yourself. Because you are but a minute part of your Creator. And that is because the spirit that houses your body is direct. The only thing that you will ever get directly from the Creator that stays with you until the body which housed that spirit becomes so infected with ugly things that the spirit aborts you. The spirit leaves. Life to death, or life to nothing, nothing to life. It goes on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever. And as long as there's a Creator, there will be a you, a human being of some kind. We don't know what's up the Creator's sleeve, whether the Creator have a sleeve. I'm just using terminology that people can try to understand, but the Creator is an entity that has never been seen by anyone. I defy any preacher, any pope, any other great minds of religion to come to me and tell me that they have seen the Creator or that they know the Creator. We don't know nothing about the Creator. All we know is that we exist. And through our existence, we know, the only thing that we can say we know is that we exist because of an unknown spirit that gives us all that we want on this life, in this life, to survive, to flourish, and to be great, or to be nothing. To be nothing in life is pure poverty. You got people right now that are living in abject poverty, and they won't do nothing to uplift themselves. They go to church on Sunday and they pray and they pray and they pray, and they give that little bit of change they got in their pocket to the preacher, and they get deeper into poverty. And when they get to a point where they can't help themselves, they go to the church and the church turns them down. I know of situations like that where people have been suffering, get in debt, have problems with maintaining their properties, and they go and ask for help from the church, and the church flatly turn them down because money, it's all about money. You understand? It's all about money. All the big powers of the world, it's about money. You understand? I'm not putting money down. Money is fine. But excessive greed should never be cherished. Have greed, but make it moderate. For the old greedy jackal suffered a top notch on his noggin. And the story of greed goes to a hunter. He was out hunting. And while he was out there hunting, he came upon a 500-pound lion. This hunter only weighed 135 pounds. 135 pounds. And all of a sudden, this lion appears in this clearing, and the lion was getting ready to do a number on the hunter. But the hunter took out his arrow and shot 3 or 4 arrows into this lion. But before this lion died, the lion pounced on the hunter and killed him. After he killed the hunter, the lion himself fell dead with 3 arrows in his body. Along comes this little 30-pound jackal. And he was hungry. He hadn't had a meal in days. His first thought was, I'll eat that delicious-looking hunter. And he went over and he licked the hunter, and the hunter tastes good, and he took a little bite out of him, and he tastes good, but then greed overtook him. And he said to himself, wow, if I kill this, or if I eat this little hunter, those other animals will come and get this great big juicy 500-pound lion. Oh, I must eat the lion. And he honestly believed he could eat a 500-pound lion in his moment of greed and insanity. And he went over and took one bite into the lion and bit down on the head of one of the arrows that the hunter had shot into the lion, which went through the roof of his mouth and out the top of his head, forming a top notch on his noggin. Therefore I say, excessive greed should never be cherished. Have greed, but make it moderate. For the old greedy jackal suffered a top notch on his head, his noggin. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my story today. I hope that it'll bring some sense in the minds of those who are thinking about taking a life. Because when you take a life, you're actually taking your own life. Life is for everyone that lives, and everyone that lives should nurture everyone that lives. Never think of hurting, killing, or destroying that which we have been given by the Creator. Thank you very much. This is Do This to Get to That. This is good. And if you get to that, that is better. You got to do this to get to that, to do this. Because if you want to get to this, you got to do that. You got to do good to get to better. Thank you very much. And now I want to read something to you before I go. Coming attractions, Fallbrook Media Group, Fallbrook Film Fest, blockbuster movie series. This is for the family. Bring the kids. They're going to be great films for the kids, great films for the adults. Fallbrook Mission Theater, Saturday, June 10th at 1 p.m., Saturday, June 10th at 6 p.m. At 1 p.m., it'll be for the kids. Yes, this goofy-looking Disney character here. And for the adults, they're going to be showing some great old films featuring some of your top stars. Movie info, tickets, and schedule, www.fallbrookadvertising.com. Movie night. Come out, Fallbrook Film Fest. Bring the family and enjoy an evening of movie, and you might get a little taste of Mr. Big Black on film, playing a little drums maybe. We'll see. But come out and enjoy yourself. Bring the kids. Make it a festival day. Thank you very much. Do this to get to that.